still remember the first time she looked at me, like I was the only person in the room. For a while, I was. We laughed at things no one else found funny, stayed up talking until the sun came up, and made promises we thought were unbreakable. She said I made her feel seen. But I didn't know that memories could vanish just like love does, quietly and without warning. One day she stopped remembering the inside jokes, the late-night calls, even my name. At first, I thought she was pretending. Then I realized she truly didn't know who I was anymore. Her eyes searched my face like she was trying to recognize a dream she couldn't quite place. Was it something I did? Was she hiding something? Or was there more to her forgetting than just a choice? This is not just a love story. It's a story about memory, identity, and the heartbreak of being erased from someone's life while they're still alive. If you've ever loved someone who slipped through your fingers, not because they walked away, but because they forgot you, then this story is for you. Because sometimes the hardest part isn't letting go. It's being forgotten by the one you can't forget. I met her on a rainy Thursday, the kind where everything feels heavier, umbrellas dragging, people rushing, but she wasn't rushing. She was standing still, letting the rain hit her face like she was trying to feel something. That's what caught my eye. She looked like someone who wasn't afraid of storms. We started talking over coffee that same day, and by the end of it, I knew she wasn't like anyone I'd ever met. She didn't talk about jobs or small talk. She asked me what I was most afraid of, what dreams I'd buried, what I believed happened after death. She made everything feel like it mattered, and before I knew it, I was falling. There was a rhythm to us, like we understood each other's silences, like every moment together filled in the spaces we didn't know were empty. She'd laugh at my worst jokes, and I memorized the exact pitch of her laughter just to feel closer when we were apart. We made plans, big ones, a tiny apartment with ugly yellow curtains, a road trip with no map. She said we'd grow old laughing at the chaos we survived. She was my calm and my storm, and I thought she was forever. It didn't happen all at once. That's the part that haunts me, the slow unraveling. At first, it was little things. She forgot where we had dinner on our first anniversary. Then she'd pause before saying my name, like searching for it on a fogged-up mirror. I joked about it, said she was just tired or distracted. She laughed too, but her eyes, they weren't laughing. One night we were reminiscing about our trip to the mountains, the cabin with the broken heater, how we stayed up all night wrapped in one blanket. I watched her face go blank. Nothing. Not a flicker of recognition. She nodded politely like I was telling her someone else's story. The moments stacked up. She stopped singing along to her favorite songs. She missed birthdays, forgot her favorite cafe. The worst part, she didn't seem scared. I was the one terrified of what it meant, of where it was going. Then came the day she looked me in the eyes and asked, "Have we met before?" And I couldn't answer. My voice caught in my throat, drowned by the sound of my heart breaking. It wasn't just forgetfulness anymore. It was loss. A loss happening in slow motion. The day we saw the doctor, everything changed. I remember gripping her hand in the waiting room, but she held mine like I was a kind stranger, polite, detached. I told myself she was just anxious. Deep down, I already knew. After hours of tests and uncomfortable silence, the diagnosis came like a thunderclap. Early onset neurodegenerative disorder, rare, aggressive, unforgiving. The doctor spoke gently, but the words felt like blades. Memory loss, identity erosion, progressive. She sat quietly, staring at the floor. I expected her to cry, to ask questions, to scream, but she just nodded, as if her heart had already prepared for the news mine couldn't handle. I tried to be strong. I researched everything I could. I clung to routines, thinking familiarity might hold the pieces together. But every day, more of her slipped through my fingers. Her favorite book, her mother's name, our song, me. One morning she smiled at me, not because she remembered, but because she thought I was kind. I held that smile like a souvenir from a world we once knew. She forgot everything, but she never stopped smiling. That was the cruelest part, watching her light up while forgetting what once made her shine. I knew it was coming, the last time, but knowing doesn't prepare you. It doesn't soften the moment your presence becomes meaningless to someone who once called you their whole world. We met at the park bench she used to love, though she didn't remember why. I brought her favorite drink, even though her taste had changed. I told her stories about a girl I used to know, describing her laugh, her stubbornness, how she used to dance barefoot in the kitchen. She listened with soft eyes, curious, as if trying to piece together a puzzle that no longer fit. She asked me why I looked sad. I smiled and said, "You remind me of someone." She touched my hand gently and said, "I hope she made you happy." That moment, it tore me apart and healed me all at once. There was no dramatic final scene, no grand farewell. Just quiet understanding, a soft goodbye dressed in kindness. As she walked away, I didn't stop her. I couldn't. That wasn't her anymore, not fully, but maybe, just maybe, somewhere deep down, a part of her still remembered. Or maybe I just needed to believe that, because believing was all I had left. People ask why I still talk about her, why I hold on to someone who no longer remembers me. The truth is, memory isn't just about facts or faces. It's about the feeling someone leaves behind. And she left more than memories. She left impact. She changed the way I see the world, and no condition, no diagnosis can take that from me. I've come to understand that love isn't always about being remembered. Sometimes it's about choosing to remember someone else, even when it hurts, even when they've forgotten you. To anyone listening who's lost someone, not to death, but to time, to illness, to fading memories, you're not alone. Your grief is real. Your love still matters. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is keep loving someone who can't love you back in the way they used to. And sometimes the most painful goodbye isn't the one you say. It's the one you never get the chance to. If you've ever loved someone so deeply that their absence still echoes, then let this story be a reminder. You were real. The love was real. And even if she forgot me, I will never forget her. Like, subscribe, and share this if someone lives in your memory forever.
Evoke nostalgia, fading memories, and emotional depth. Ideal for a bittersweet, emotional love story with a tragic twist.